Alright, welcome to SuperRobotSolReviews. And today, as you can plainly see, I just got back from watching the movie Thor 2, or Thor Dark World, and I gotta say it was pretty badass. I can't really think of anything I really disliked about the movie, although I'll admit, this is a little bit of an awkward recording because originally I got myself a webcam to do this because I wanted to try and do this after every movie I see from now on since I'm out here in Jersey now, and that's the only real fun thing I can do that doesn't involve drinking and or going to nightclubs, which, not my idea of fun. Anyway, so again, I originally bought myself a webcam earlier in the week. It was like a cheap $20 one, little thing like that, and it worked once in a test run, and then when I tried to do it like as a prep video for essentially the movie, it shit out on me. Yeah. Well, I guess you get what you paid for. And surprisingly enough, I wasn't going to have this wig today. Because originally I was going to go to the movie dressed as Thor. I got the outfit, I got Mjolnir. Hold on. Had this bad boy right here at the movie theater with me. And funny enough, there was nobody there dressed up. Which kind of sucked. I assumed there would have been more people. Again, Jersey's a little bit bigger than where I come from. But unfortunately, no. There was, I think, 3 other people there, but that dressed up, but one, I'm not sure who the hell they were supposed to be. I know one of them dressed up as the Enchantress, and she looked pretty damn fine. I'm not going to deny. Not as good as the real Enchantress, but still. Even down to the hair and everything. Wasn't bad. Although this looks like bad 70s hair, like 70s metal hair. But beside the point, the movie itself was pretty damn amazing. One thing, though, that... Well, okay, I'm not going to spoil anything. I may do a separate video with spoilers because there's some things that the movie leaves questionable towards the end. But anyway, it does address the whole, like, gap between the last time that Jane Foster saw Thor and now. Essentially, that gap in time, a lot of stuff is going on. Thor was pretty damn busy. And then another thing, Jane, she kind of moved on with her life. And I thought that was pretty nice that they did that. Again, I assumed that she was just gonna wait for Thor forever. But yeah, she actually, they actually explained a little bit when that all happened. She was eventually crying a lot, and crying and like trying to see other people, but I don't see how any mortal can stand up to Thor. But anyway, again, I don't want to spoil too much, but God, like there's so much I want to say. I will have to do a separate video just discussing like the actual good and bad parts. Although one part I will spoil now. It's nothing to do with the story. No big plot spoilers or anything, but there is a cameo, one of the other Avengers in the movie, and they did it quite cleverly, as in, again, they did it in a way that was pretty damn funny. Not the way I personally saw it coming, I don't think anybody saw it coming, but still, I thought it was awesome. And, well, again, another part was Malekith himself. I thought, oh god, I forget his name, Mr. Eccleston, was freaking amazing. And the fact that they actually covered his accent during almost, at least 75% of the movie, because whenever he spoke the Dark Elf language, it wasn't his voice. Or like maybe it was his voice, but they altered it so you couldn't really tell it was him. The only time he actually talked, you could hear a little bit of his accent was when he spoke English. Like when, the trailer spoiled it, when they attack Asgard and stuff like that. And again, it's one of the few times I actually hear him speak English, and it's just so freaking awesome. Again, I love that actor. Especially, again, Doctor Who, the early 2000s. You have to see it if you haven't. Well, if you've never seen it before, Doctor Who, that's a good place to start. Also, I'll admit, there were pretty damn good trailers. I may do something separate just for trailers, just because I think it'd be kind of fun, because, damn, there's a lot of good ones coming out soon. One I'm looking forward to quite, well, coming on to Mr. Eccleston himself, the, whatchamacallit, Doctor Who 50th anniversary movie. It's pretty much gonna finally reveal exactly what happened with the Time Lords and all that shit. That's freaking awesome. I need to go see that. Mental note, make sure I go get the tickets. It's the 25th of this month, so you guys, if any of you love Doctor Who, or even seen a little bit of it, and had some questions, this may be the one to actually answer them all. But anyway, back to Thor 2. There's the one thing that well, not really one thing, but if anybody remembers the Warriors 3, you may be disappointed if you really liked them. Because unfortunately, they get downplayed in this. Big time. Big time downplay. which kind of sucks because I'm a big Volstagg fan. He's awesome. And I like Hagen too. Again, those two are my favorite of the three. And Sif is okay. It's not really my favorite, but hey, what can you do? Again, although Sif actually does play a bigger role than the other movie. Although again, I just sucks that I like the Warriors 3. I was hoping to see more of them. Unfortunately, you're not going to see much of them at all. Pretty much the show is stolen from the moment he steps on screen. Loki is by far, I hate to say it, but he's more important in this movie than actual Thor himself. It's kind of bad you're kind of downplayed by your brother, who's supposed to be the side character. And also, another thing is that, well, again, I'm not going to go into too much more on this because, again, it'll spoil most of the movie, and I want you guys to go see it because, fuck, this movie deserves your money. But, one thing you really need to do, make sure you stay after the credits. But during the credits, they'll have one preview leading up to, of course, the next thing in Marvel's line. And then at the end, like right after the main credits, there's a second little video that plays. But you don't have to see it, but it's the equivalent of the Avengers movie, how at the end of it all, after the credits, you saw them eating shawarma, like, you know, Iron Man's, or Tony suggested, here's a shawarma, let's go shawarma after this. Yeah, that was the equivalent of it. It's nothing important, but it's interesting. I'd say just because this one is more heavily themed towards romance, it fits it quite nicely, and fits in with, well, it helps out with Jean. It answers a question they leave off at the end of the movie. It answers it right away, thankfully. But also, in the last few seconds of it, there's actually a pretty funny scene showing that everything went back to normal, except they forgot something. They forgot a certain being who's still wandering around. But again, go see the movie. There's nothing else I can really say other than just go see the movie. Again, I could probably give better analysis on this, because, you know, again, I don't want to spoil the movie. After it's been out for at least 2 weeks, I might do another video on it and just actually go into the details of the story itself. Although, because I'll admit, I don't know much about Malekith on the, you know, he was never I never really was the biggest Thor fan. But, again, Malekith was a pretty interesting person. I loved his actor, and I'm pretty sure, I don't think anybody could really find much fault with this movie, other than the fact that the story may have had an inconsistency or two, but regardless, an amazing movie that deserves your money. And you should go give it to it right now. Thor commands it. Alright, anyway, thank you guys, well, whoever watches this, and I really do hope that you go see the movie. Again, it deserves your money. And every time I go do a movie, that'd be hot. Anyway, anytime I go to see a movie, I'm going to be doing this just because, again, since I'm here in Jersey, there's nothing really to do. And the movies, let's be honest, movies are the only thing that I actually enjoy here. The people at the movie theater know me by name. The manager herself knows me personally now, because I've been to the movie theaters at least 2 to 3 times a week ever since I got here. So I think I'm one of her best customers. Anywho, again, go see the movie, and if you do enjoy comic book movies, this is definitely a good one. And I can't really say anything else. I hope you enjoy, and go see the movie. Peace.